Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, I must begin today's show by wishing my son, Parker, Riley, Harlan, Wilford, Clemens, Deters, he's got more middle names than anybody, happy birthday. Happy birthday, son. All right, the left. Now, Biden came out and said we stand with the people. He didn't really get into any detail. Hey, we still have not heard from AOC, Bernie Sanders, and the far left throwing support behind. Now just think about this. The people are objecting to socialist, communist policies. What the hell's Bernie and AOC going to do? There's a funny meme Babylon Bee put out, a story. They got Bernie Sanders down there with one of those loud horns saying, come on, appreciate your socialism. It's pretty funny. Good old Cuba. Joe Biden publicly said, when asked, he does not trust the Taliban. The Taliban says that they never promised that they wouldn't keep dealing with Al-Qaeda. I mean, just think about it. And then he says he's going to have his people work with the Taliban, blah, blah, blah. He already admits he doesn't trust them. Taliban, you can't be trusted. They killed a bunch of pilots, Afghani pilots. They're reinstituting Sharia law. How would you like to be a young girl in Afghanistan right now? Scary, scary stuff. Now, those of you that say we were there long enough, blah, blah, blah. Hey, here's the problem. We broke it. That's all said. We went to Afghanistan. It's like we went to Iraq. See, that's the problem. It's all fine and good to just stay the hell out. For example, if there's countries doing some really bad stuff around the world, we can't go in every time that happens. I get that. We did go in. We spent all that money. It's different. These people that just want all the decisions to be made. Boom, 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 boom. It isn't the way the world should be. Peter Schweitzer, Oracle status. I love this guy. He's got everything on Hunter Biden's laptop and his organization, and he says, it is clear as day, Joe Biden directly benefited from the economic deals of Hunter Biden. Good job, Peter. Oracle status. Joe Biden is loosening, believe it or not, all of the sanctions against Venezuela. What's happening? The old crooked president down there is starting to unleash hell upon all of his enemies who were supposed to be our friends. Good job, Joe Biden. Communist's best friend. The FBI is encouraging you, me, and everybody else to report and spy on our friends and family members as it relates to white supremacy. Now, can you imagine that? You believe that? They want us to be tattletales on white supremacy. What? How about tattletales for terrorism? How about tattletales for communism? Once upon a time, the FBI fought communism. Now they fight non-existent white supremacy. Lieberman. I always kind of like Joe Lieberman. He's calling on Bill Clinton to talk to the AOC and company and get him to straighten out on Israel. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you right, Joe. I'll take a look at things and I'll try to get back to you. I'll call AOC. Maybe we can have a private meeting. All right. Inflation isn't going anywhere. It's getting worse. Now they're saying used cars are going through the roof. Inflation. The worst, all of you liberals voting for the gifts that Biden's giving you, well, they're all getting canceled out by inflation. Smart move, not. The DNC wants phone companies to police us on our text messages. I mean, by the way, tomorrow I'm doing a show about what every tyrant, Stalin, Hitler, Idi Amin, the whole laundry list of them, Gaddafi, Mussolini, and it's going to blow your minds when I go through the list of their playbook and what they do and what's going on in this country. It's going to blow your mind. Special show today about Trump. Amazon, FCC is giving them, you wonder why there isn't a antitrust going on? Well, because the FCC now is going to let Amazon, with radar, track our sleep. I mean, it's spying us on our phones and TVs and digital devices enough? No. Let's radar and see when they're sleeping. Can't make it up. The Olympics are considering changing the American flag to some newfangled flag. Hannity ripped him really good. Jack Wagon of today is the Olympic Committee. What the hell? We have an American flag. We don't need to screw with it. Election integrity laws, per Psaki yesterday, is the biggest threat of democracy since the Civil War. Every single election law is about making sure legal people vote and hard to cheat. The Democrats are wanting to cheat. So they say it's a threat to democracy because they're not going to be allowed to cheat. Speaking of election integrity, about 50 some odd Democrats got on a private plane, climate change, a lot of fumes, burning up the carbon, flew to Washington, D.C. without masks, drinking beer and having a good old time. This is just so you know, those of you who don't understand this, you have to have a quorum. So the idea is if you flee the state, they don't have a quorum to call, so you can't pass the election legislation. The problem is, big problem, you got to come back sometime. I mean, you think all these people want to stay in D.C.? They'll probably take their flight jet, fly around on taxpayer dollars or corporate dollars, Soros dollars, all around the world. They'll probably do a world summer vacation. And you know what else is funny about it is? Abbott says when they get back, he's arresting them and taking them to Austin. Unbelievable. That's how desperate they are. Larry Elder is running for California governor. Good for him. That's all I got on that. 70% of black voters, 70% of black voters are now saying violent crime is a crisis. You know why? Because it's black on black crime. Medical Journal says, you can't make this up. The Medical Journal is saying parents should let their trans children be. They should lose the right to say no to their trans children. Now, guess what? Everybody knows a parent is to help a child, protect the child, guide the child, train the child. A parent is there to help a child not make bad decisions, right? Not jump to a bad decision. Medical Journal says they shouldn't do that. T-Mobile has put out memos to their people in their stores. You need to respect the looters. Respect the looters that want to burn the place down. Anybody want to get together and go out to Florence and see what we can pick up at T-Mobile? Only if we were black. You think they'd let us do it? Hell no, we're white. Wisconsin School District is giving third graders sex books and how to use apps, sex apps. Wisconsin. I'm telling you, we are a sickos. The left is a sicko society. They want to groom young kids for all their sexual deviancy. Chicago gangs outnumber the police 10-1. Gang members outnumber police 10-1. Let that sink in. Way to go, Lori Lightfoot. If you knew you were outnumbered 10-1, would you stay in that police department? Hell no. Last but not least, hot off the press, Bishop Foys allegedly resigned in July last year, and he's leaving. All right, new guy's coming in. Folks, I got to ask you something, or tell you something about, I know about this Catholic stuff. Bishops are there till they die. They're like popes. I think I am personally responsible for Bishop Foy's resignation because all the things that I've blown the whistle on about him. Bishop Foy's rhymes with boys. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I have a great day.